As 2023 begins, many South Africans are very worried about the economy. They're looking at the slowing economy, high inflation, high interest rates, high unemployment, and also the load shedding. And many people are concerned about what that can do to their financial well-being and some financial decisions they can make, especially when it comes to property investments and how much debt they can be able to borrow from the bank, and also if that will affect their disposable income and affordability to continue building their portfolio. So in this video today, I just want to talk about at least 6 predictions I have for 2023 that you can look out for in the property market. I want you to watch this video from the beginning to the end in order for you to also get an article that I wrote about South African property market overview, speaking about the challenges and also the opportunities in the market in 2023. The first thing that we can predict that we're going to be seeing a little bit more of in 2023 is actually rising interest rates. So we've seen last quarter of 2022 that we got a 75 basis on interest rates, and also we've seen there is actually a looming possibility that the Reserve Bank is actually going to be increasing the interest rates by 100 basis in the next 6 months or so. And the reason that is because they want to be able to get back to the targeted inflation rate of around 4.5. So in order for them to get to the targeted inflation rate, they need to actually take up the interest rates, slow down the economy a little bit, be able to achieve the targeted inflation rate. And also, if you've seen the statement from the monetary policy, they are especially looking at being able to achieve the targeted inflation rate in 2024. That means you're going to be still seeing a lot of tools used by the Reserve Bank in order for them to achieve that in the next year. So that's something that actually you should be looking out for when you're investing in property. And I hope that helps you make the right decision when you come into buying property. So what does that mean when it comes to the demand of property? To be honest, it means one thing. Because of the high inflation rates, high unemployment, and obviously the load shedding, we're going to be looking at a decreased demand of property in the market as well. What that means is that the high interest rates obviously are going to make it a little bit more expensive to buy a property, and also the high inflation, it will affect the disposable income of most ordinary South Africans who are our clients and most of the investors actually in the market right now. Look, there are people with bigger balance sheets, at least who are making an annual revenue of around 700,000 per annum. Those people can still be playing in the market, but entry-level people are going to be affected by this, and also first-time investors are going to be affected by this, especially if they miss the chance to get into the property industry when the interest rate was the lowest of all time. So that's something that we should also be looking out for, a decrease in demand of property in the market. Another thing that we can also look at for is an increase in supply. So because a lot of people are going to be put in a tough spot, mainly by things like the increasing interest rates, also just not being able to have disposable income and maybe losing their job through unemployment and load shedding contributing to that as well. Because you're going to be having a very slow economy, you can expect a lot of people to be putting their houses on the market, either for foreclosure reasons or just selling some of their assets because they need to be able to free up some cash. So that means as an investor, you must be looking out there for deals because there's going to be a lot of deals on the market. That's something that we're going to be seeing in 2023. The third thing that I think we're going to see in 2023 as well is very simple. It's just tightening of credit from the banks. Sure, there's still an appetite from the banks. I mean, if you check Q3 and Q4 last year and you've seen how competitive the banks were, while we can still see some of the banks are still having appetite. However, because of the looming global recession, the Ukraine war, and many other factors as well, the banks are looking at tightening up their credit policies. So that means a lot of people are going to be having a little bit of a struggle to get any sort of credit from the banks. And that is also something that we can look forward to. Are there ways to work around that? I'm sure that's an internal stuff that they can work around, and also with the help of the Reserve Bank and also new policies that can actually help to make sure that people can be able to afford to buy houses again. Another prediction which I have, this is my number 4 prediction, is that we're going to be seeing that the government is going to be starting to have more talks about having the Reserve Bank being responsible for full employment like it's happening in the United States. I'm not sure if that's going to make a difference yet. We haven't seen it happening in South Africa yet, or well, according to my knowledge. If you have different knowledge, maybe you can educate me on that as well. But that's something that we're going to be seeing a push. I'm not really sure how that will happen exactly. And most of the time, like in America, the Reserve Bank governor usually ignore this mandate and just focus on using the monetary policy tools to actually keep the rand strong. So that's something that we're going to be seeing a lot of as well. And I think we must be looking out for that. The 5th thing I have as a prediction for 2023 is actually a shift in the market. Because of the reduced affordability, because of high interest rates, we're going to be seeing investors shifting what they're looking for in the market. market as a valuable property. Either they're going to be shifting towards low price properties, or they're going to be shifting towards alternative funded properties which are not funded by the banks, especially after their banks are going to be tightening up their loan books. So that's something else that we're going to be seeing in 2023. And how to navigate through that is just have a look in the market, make sure you know how much you qualify for, and also most importantly look for alternative financing institutions as well. And we can help you with that here at investRand. That's something that we're very, very passionate about too. So that's something that we must look out for in 2023. The last thing, and then I'm going to give you a bonus. The last thing is that there are going to be possible opportunities, especially because sellers are going to lower their prices on property. So that's something that we must be looking out for. Because of the supply, because of lack of investors in the market, or lack of buyers in the market, that means the sellers are going to be willing to negotiate for good prices. That's good news for investors like yourself who are on the market. How do you benefit from that? Always keep in touch with the market. Make sure that you book a call with us, see what we have on our platform, see what's actually out there, and keep your pulse on the market. That's something that's very, very important for you in order for you to navigate 2023 successfully and also be able to make it profitable year in your real estate. And I have a bonus tip. This bonus tip, I'm going to actually substantiate it with an article that I'm going to be releasing later. This is very, very simple. You must watch out for high operating costs because of inflation. The cost of resources are getting much more expensive. So that means that some of the operating costs are going to be affected by this. So as an investor, be prepared for that. Find alternative tools to use, and also make sure that you're just keeping a pulse on the market. That's the most important thing. And network with other people and figure out exactly what they do. And most importantly, watch this next video I put, which is a video called 10 mistakes real estate investors make when they are planning their year. So thank you very much for watching this video. And before we end this video, if you like this video or you benefited from this video, I want you to make sure that you like this video, share it with somebody who can benefit from it, and I'll see you on the other side.